Was it worth it?
Thought I had it there, and then I don't again.
Can't believe I'm actually sliding across this thing.
This is insane. Alright folks, me again. Today we're going to talk about a trick I filmed in We Day Out for Red Bull with Cut Media. The trick was the backwards roll, which I filmed just north of Granton in the Highlands of Scotland. The inspiration for the backwards roll came from some quirky BMX riders like Tim Knoll and Eric Elstrun, but it was something that I really fancied giving a go myself. Especially on the mountain bike, it kind of tied in with the whole slapstick concept of cutting around on my mountain bike, making it look easier than it was. And that's definitely how the backwards roll turned out, because it ended up being a total pain in the neck to do. That was a fair neck creaker, that one.
Should use the word pain in the neck, literally. Dad jokes. So the idea of the backwards roll, basically end up somehow going fakie on the bike, pull the back brake, lean backwards, let the bike go up over the top of my head, and then I could sort of sneak away. But on trying that for the first time, that didn't go so well. I personally enjoy a wee moment of madness where you kind of throw all self-preservation to the side and give the ideas that you've had in your mind for a while ago. You know, you'll never know until you try.
Come in.
On trying it the first few times, it became quite evident that I was going to need some kind of drop behind me rather than just a little slope to get the bike round.
I think it could work. I think we'll untangle that.
We spent the next few weeks and months looking around the countryside, trying to find the ideal spot. And it was actually really surprising how hard it was to find. But it was definitely one of the tricks that I really wanted to get.
I think I've found a spot in Furness. Got a cool banking here, which I reckon might work. I think it's got a flat top. We're going to have a look. The idea would be come down here, stick a log there for a tire slide, put some moss on the bank and try to ride out down there. Do not know how it's going to go. I've never tried going backwards, but I'm sure it'll work.
We eventually found a little ledge with a banking below it in a lay-by up above Granton in the Highlands of Scotland.
Well then, I think you're about to get a lens full of moss. Let's see how this goes. You ready? You coming in?
The most difficult part about the backward roll is just the general feeling of it. It's not very comfortable. You've really got to go on like feel. You know, you kind of have to think that you're lined up roughly to where you need to be.
Right. Just think about landing there. There.
And then just basically go backwards. And then when you land on the heather and the moss, even with the backpack on, it winds you a little bit. And then you've got to like commit your bike over the top of you. And there's at one point where your neck's pretty much touching your belly, like, and your bike's going over your head. And you just got to hold on and hope that you don't come in front wheel first into the landing.
Because the backwards roll is something I'd never tried before, of course the first few attempts are never going to go well. So we put some mats in the landing, not necessarily to save me, but to definitely save the bike. If you break a lever or break other parts, then it can ruin the day. On the first day of filming, the drop was about 3 feet, which turned out not to be enough. And then we went back up there with some tools to dig it out a little bit deeper. I think we ended up having to dig it down about 6 feet altogether.
Goodness me, this is going to take a while, I reckon.
It all became much more elaborate, but we had this kind of end goal in sight and it was going to be worth it.
Right then, let's get my boxing shoes on and let's go backwards.
I don't remember actually having that many crashes on the backwards roll. It was pretty scary.
Too far back, am I?
We put a little bit of moss on the top just to make it a little bit softer for my neck. I also had my backpack on, which has a back protector, so it kind of cushioned it a little bit. I wasn't too sure if it was actually going to do me some kind of damage. I'm sure chiropractors probably don't even push people's necks into those kind of extremities.
Right, let's do it. If everyone could get their mats out, it'd be great. All I need to do is just go backwards. You ready? Okay, let's do it.
That is some impact.
One of the things that was most challenging was really trying to land at the bottom of the drop and fakie out. Most of the time I'd basically land and I would fall to the side or I have to jump off backwards, which is driving me pretty mad.
You hear how hard it is? What am I supposed to do?
One of the modifications I did to the bike was to soften the suspension loads and also to make the rebound really slow, just to try to really control that landing. I'm pretty sure the bike went off the drop a few times without me. I try not to do that because the more the bike's tumbling around, the more chance of doing some kind of damage.
You're all right. You only got to do one more trick, bike, and you can be retired.
Must have rolled off it at least 25 times. And normally if you kind of get to the point where you're actually rolling off backwards to land on wheels, I thought for sure this is it, pulled. But for some reason I just could not get the fakie down the bank and out. There's definitely some ups and downs in all the attempts over the days.
In it to win it here, boys. Come on, let me do it.
You've always got the bigger goal in mind. You've always got the full film.
Oh no.
The one goal you have in your life at the time that you're really kind of putting everything into to try to make it work. That's what you kind of got to do to make this kind of stuff happen.
Coming in. 3, 2, 1. I feel weird right now, to be honest. Finished the riding of the clip, but don't think my neck or my back or my body can take a great deal more. Probably sinking a little bit more when I'm heading back down the road, but.
That was the backwards roll. If you want to watch more of these behind the scenes videos, you can click on some links that are around about here. I don't know how it works. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for more of this kind of content. Cheers.